we're going to do a lesson with Shaun, and we're going to look at the data and show you how we would go about fixing this, because a lot of you are going to have the same issues in your swing. I know for a fact a lot of you are going to have the same issues. And we're going to take you through a progression so you can see how to apply what all this data can show.
You know, we can make this into maybe like a pretty cool little series.
Yeah, I think this would be a fun series to do.
I'll go work on it, go work on my body a little bit because I'm getting older and I'm tight in my hips and lower back. So I think it'd be nice to see the progression going forward.
You want to tell everybody how old you are?
I'm 47.
47. So the senior PGA
The section
events
stuff, yeah,
is right around the corner.
Yeah, my buddy Matt Borchert down the street, he's a certified AMG instructor. He works at Iowa, so we may play in some stuff together. And
That's perfect. This is a great time to kind of get that runway paved.
yeah, exactly right.
Tell the folks what is a bugaboo for you right now and what you want to tighten up.
My problems are when I always come in, I'll turn gears on once in a blue moon and just, hey, what the heck is going on with my swing? It's overturned usually going back, which I've kind of got that under control a little more. It's a little bit overslid and never able to get my body open enough where I want it at impact, especially with my pelvis. And then I lose a little bit of club face control. So, you know, I just got done playing up in Maine with my brother and my nephew, and too many left balls.
Okay, so I've seen you swing over the years. Been doing this a while now, and historically, I would say kind of late slide, a lot of lean.
Tons. So that's a good point.
And less open than what you need.
Yeah, so historically my impact numbers, let's just go there.
Okay.
Well, backswing would be like in the 50s, probably 50. And
With
maybe,
the pelvis?
Yeah, maybe 30 at impact. And then just by the way I was taught years ago, lots of handle drag, partly just because of where the hips are too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the chance to kind of let things line up. So I'm a 12 leaner-ish, 12 and a half with the 7-iron. And I always had a hard time getting my longer irons up in the air.
Let's just dive right into it. Let's capture swing, take a look at where you are today.
Yeah.
Because I know it, when you get up there in age, the body can change day to day, it seems like. So let's see where you are today and talk about some ways we can start to work on this for you.
Okay.
So you guys are seeing something a little different. This is the first view of the Gears hybrid system.
Yeah, I don't have to have all the
You
markers
notice Shaun's
on.
just got a belt and a hat on, and we're going to go ahead and get him ready to go. Ball where you want it.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, ready when you are.
Okay.
All right, how did that one feel?
I better hit a couple more. Just
Okay.
not sure if that was my encore swing. Let me see if I can dial one. Feels more normal. That's probably it. I felt my legs kicking there.
Okay, let's do it again. I'm going to capture one.
Like that's what I feel. I feel like I kind of lose my right leg a little bit through the hit.
Explain to everyone what you mean by that.
Yeah, so when I'm playing, and I feel like the club face, I lose it a little bit. And for me, that's hitting some left balls. My right leg kind of buckles late. It doesn't do much to start the downswing. Then it buckles late, and then I feel like I get this kind of flick with the hands, and then I finally get up into the finish. But there's something through the hit that feels really unstable to me.
All right, let's hit one more, and we'll see if we can't capture that.
Kind of like that.
All right, that one's the familiar feel.
I feel like that's probably going to start straight, and I can see it now. It's in the left side of the green, or missing left.
The shot every player, good player, does not want to hit.
That's probably my on-course swing. If you put, you know, $1,000 on the ground, so you got to hit the green, I'm just like, okay, I got to make my normal pass at it. That's probably what's coming out.
So you can see the screen here. So just walk you through this. So what we've got highlighted here, and I'll just show you from above, is Shaun's pelvis rotation, his left knee turn, and his right knee turn. Okay, so we're going to look at exactly what you're describing, because good players will often leave us breadcrumbs of where we need to look. Okay, so you told us you feel like you're losing your right leg. We're going to try to put a metric on that. Okay, so we get to right around 48 degrees, almost 49 degrees of pelvis turn. A lot less right knee turn. So you're turning into your trail knee good, which is excellent.
Yeah.
So you're internally rotating your trail leg. I know you've been working on that. Okay, and you're turning away from your lead knee.
And I felt a little overturned there too.
Okay,
Yep.
all that's really good though as far as what you were describing earlier. Now we're going to see how that unfolds in the downswing. Okay, so we really see that right knee
And there's my problem.
kick in. We'll take it all the way to impact. So your right knee moved nearly 10 inches towards the target. And you can see it internally rotated 54 relative to, pointing straight at the camera at address. And the hip only rotated 32. So we've got a really big imbalance there.
Okay, so walk me through that. Like if I'm out here just posing. So top of the swing.
Okay, your right knee is traveling way too much down the fairway.
And that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like it doesn't do much here, and then it like really flashes.
Kicks in. So from a face-on perspective, we would want to see, I'll demonstrate this here so everybody can see it. So from a face-on perspective, you just think knee joint, hip joint. We'd want to see something like this at impact where the hip is well in front of the knee with some angle to this. When that knee kicks in like this, and I've even seen sometimes on the course, you get it in where it's angled backwards.
And my foot will slide.
And that'll lock up the pelvis, okay? So what I want you to try to do on this next one, and think about it, so we're gonna take all the speed off of this. I want you to feel like you're rotating around you. Actually, let me say this differently. I gotta get used to where these cameras are now. So I want you to
teaching me now.
I want you to feel like this knee is rotating in as it's kind of straightening. So you're letting the knee rotate, but it's not catching up to where the pelvis is going.
So I'm feeling.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm feeling, and you know how you play around with stuff and not sure if it's right or not. I've felt this before and hit it good, but you just kind of, it got away from me somehow. It's that feeling.
Yes.
Like the knee's not traveling as much, but the whole femur is rotating, I guess is.
So in the backswing, you've got a really nice stretch down your trail side. I want you to feel that same thing down the lead side, except you're going to let this foot rotate in.
That makes sense. So I've worked on the lead side to pull the pelvis away from the femur here. Now I got to feel the same thing, but I got to feel this leg go that way.
Correct.
And I feel like I have a curve here instead of a kick.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. All right, let's go strip all the speed off of this. Now, a couple things to take note of when you strip speed away is your rotation will typically, like if we took that last swing, pelvis was 32 degrees rotated, and we dropped 30 miles an hour of speed off of that, the rotation would drop.
Yeah.
Okay, but I want you to drop the speed
and see if I can
move the knee better, and we're going to see what that does to the pelvis.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Give me 1 second here. Okay, when you're ready.
That felt different.
All right, do you think you did it there?
It's a little, I felt totally different, kind of strained.
Different's good, right?
Yeah, absolutely good. It felt like a lot more work at the hips, and the trail leg working totally different. And the survey says,
okay, you got more pelvis rotation out of that by slowing down, which is very difficult to do.
Yeah.
But that knee has still too much kick to it.
Okay.
Okay, so that was the first attempt to it.
Well, the cool part is I slowed down and the
rotation increased.
Picked up, so I feel like I'm on the right track.
Okay. You give one more crack at it before we have to bring in a implementation.
I'm gonna see if I can get a little more activity here in the hip flexors. All right, let's see if I can make this work.
All right,
I'm gonna pose it a couple times. So basically, to me, it needs to be straighter. Would that be correct?
Yes.
As I'm doing.
Now you're not. There's two ways golfers will straighten that knee in the backswing. One is to push off of it.
You mean the downswing?
Downswing. Yeah. Which we're not trying to do. We're trying to move away from it, but as it rotates in and straightens, there you go.
So it's that motion.
It's the straightening from the hip joint instead of pushing into the ground.
Ah, got it. That made sense to me. All right.
Okay, when you're ready.
Ooh, that felt different. Not sure if it was right. It felt a little locked back. Just have to find the right feel. Little bit awkward feeling at first.
Yeah, probably an overdue, which is what's going to happen when you're trying to make a change.
But I think
you're trying to find it. Okay, that's what we're looking for.
Whoa, that's different.
Okay, so this is the relationship we're looking for. We want more hip turn than trail knee turn. That means your
Turned away from it.
pelvis is turned away from that trail knee. And if we look at the first swing where you've had almost 10 inches of knee sway towards the target, that one had 4.
Wow.
So that was drastically different. Rotation stayed ramped up, and you've also turned into the lead hip now. So that's the relationship we want, what you did there. On a scale of 1 to 10, from normal to that, how far apart were those two movements?
A long ways. And this
Okay.
is why it's so good to have the tech to measure everything, because like it'd be a hard time believing like,
Well, if you and I were doing a phone call and I had you were on the range hitting balls and I tried to get you to do that over the phone,
no.
there was no way you would have gone that far past normal.
Listen, Mike, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I love you dearly, but I don't know about
I think you're crazy.
I don't know about this.
Okay, that was excellent. So we got the rotation, we got the legs working properly, all that. Now it's just a matter of, let's try to repeat that.
All right.
Hold on
Tell me
one
when.
second.
Now I'm excited. I'm trying to hit machine gun balls here. All right.
Okay.
That felt like I could do it.
Yeah, that looked more fluid just on video. Didn't look as like it was using all your brain power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was right. That felt to me the way it looked.
Okay.
I guess that makes sense. Come on, baby. Hey,
There we go.
so
So
that's probably my
nearly-
range right there.
Nearly, well, it's 49 degrees of hip rotation
That's-
from 32.
That's probably
Okay, that's substantially different.
so. I've always struggled with hip rotation, and I have to say, I was taught to kind of like lead with the heel. And now, granted, I've given that lesson before. Someone who's a spinner like this way, right?
Yep.
If someone's like, I might have them feel that way, but I think I overcooked this, like pulling the heel in front of the toes, almost like banking it too much. So I have to feel like I let my foot, I know Fast Eddie's here all the time, I'm talking about this right foot action, and now I'm understanding, okay, what he's trying to tell me to do with that right foot as well. It probably ties right together with this.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
it absolutely does.
I've never been that, I have to say, I don't think I've ever been that open. I mean, this is
I've never
we're
seen
doing
you
this,
that much rotation.
we're doing this live.
Right.
I've never seen my hips look like that.
49 degrees. Rory, I think, with a 7-iron, the same club is like 48 or 49. So that's high-end rotation.
And the cool part is, it's the details. I couldn't just do that by just you telling me, man, get more open.
Right.
It just doesn't work like that. What are you having to do with the legs? For me, anyways, what do I have to do with the foot and the trail leg in order to get this to move correctly? And I never would have thought it was just that.
So I think a good cue for you is that knee sway. And what I mean by knee sway, set up to it, is just how much this knee moves this direction towards the target.
Yeah.
We started at 10 inches.
Yeah, right.
A player like Rory at impact is 4.9. Your last swing was 5.5. So within a half inch, basically, of where the number 2 player in the world is, who's quite a bit younger.
I guess a good thought too is let the pelvis start to pull away from that.
Yep.
That
Create
leg,
that stretch that you're doing in the backswing.
the stretch. So it's that feeling of that twisting that leg around and curving this and stretching this, and you can see how that makes my hips open up, like you said, almost 50
To
degrees.
the point you just made, do that again and try to bring your heel closer. Drag the heel, bank the heel in.
Yeah, that
It's going to overslide and stop the rotation.
it's a blocker.
Yes.
So if you're trying to
you can lean it more doing that, but we're trying to get rid of that left ball.
great thing you just said. You got to teach the person that's in front of you. I'm a handle draggy, over slider, no turn. You have to give me this lesson where this foot works this way a little bit more. Turn the femur inward, stretch this, and then I get more open instead of just trying to think more open with my same footwork. It wouldn't have worked.
Nope. And I'm going to give you something Nick's out there teaching, he's using our playing board, but I'm gonna give you something to kind of set up to it. Just as something tangible, because you may lose the feel. You're gonna kind of put that, it's about 4 or 5 inches in front, and you're just gonna try to make sure you get to the ball before that knee gets to the bag.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's capture one with that there.
I'm gonna rehearse it just a couple times.
Okay.
It's almost like I turn into the bag a little bit and then let my hands, you know.
I like it. Whatever the feel, and this is the golf lesson part of this, is Shaun could tell us that he feels like he crosses his toes to make that move.
It's my feel.
The feel is 100% going to be his. I'm just monitoring that he's actually doing the right thing from that feel.
I can tell I need to stretch more.
That's part of it, right?
You get tight in your hip flexors from, you know, sitting at a desk.
Okay, you want to cruise one out there?
Yeah. Is it ready to go?
Yep.
Missed it a little bit. That's the same feeling I had.
Okay, good.
And two, I mean, we're using foam balls just so I don't get too concerned with, if I don't hit it on the button, I won't bail on this lesson. That's a good.
Yeah, we're working on the movement,
yeah.
Right? Okay, so we lost it. Still more hip rotation when we started, but way more knee kick there.
I see it. I thought a little too much about kicking the knee. I gotta let the hip motion do more of it, like that.
I want you to feel this one as no kick first and then straighten. I think that's a tough separation to do in a quarter of a second.
Ready?
Okay.
Felt more like it.
Okay. What was the thought on that one?
Stretch away from the leg a little more.
Okay. Yeah, that looked different. Okay, we're getting closer. Now let's kick that bag out of the way.
Yeah, so that's the feel.
Still a little heavy than what I would want to see on the knee sway.
So I got to twist the leg without bringing the knee along.
I want you to do way more twist than movement. There you go, like that. Hold on one second. Okay. All right, speed ramped up. Let's see if the movement.
You know, it's
up.
hard to do. Yeah, that's a good lesson. It's hard to do more of it and slow.
So it kicked early, just from visually looking at it.
Oh, it's close.
All right, we're up to 45 degrees of rotation, 46. So again, we're dancing all around it.
The cool part is this is an actual lesson. I'm going to do it a couple times, then I'm going to lose the feel. Then I'm going to do it again, I'm going to lose the feel. And then by the time I leave, I should have something I can go practice.
Well, it's so true. And, you know, different than how you may see 3D used before is we keep the golfer there in the 3D. So it lets us gauge if we're telling you, the player, correct information.
It's the BS detector.
Right. We want to, whatever I tell Shaun to do, I want to see a change or we're going to try something else.
You got to tell me a different cue.
Yes.
Or you got to come over here and physically move me.
Right. If we'd have done this once and then took you out of it and we just eyeballed it the rest of the time, it wouldn't be the same.
Because your tendencies are going to go back to your normal
100%.
stuff.
All right, so let's try it again.
I need that holy grail swing where I was like 48.
Yep. All right, let's strip the speed away from this one and really focus on that movement.
Right, I'm the one always telling people to slow down. Now I can't slow down.
Okay. Because this is more of a stretch than what you're used to.
It is. I'm gonna start stretching more. I feel it. My lower back and my
that was different.
Oh yeah.
That was nice.
Come on.
There we go.
Hey.
47, 42. So we got
I mean,
the pelvis
if I can
above the
do
knee
that,
now.
if I can do that, I mean, I'm happy. Like I'll happily paid for this lesson.
You can buy me lunch.
I would have paid a lot for this golf lesson.
All right, so we've got our sway down to where it needs to be, half of what it was, pretty close to it. we've got the left knee smaller than the pelvis turn and the right knee smaller than the pelvis turn now. This is what we're after. So when you practice with that feel initially, but I want you to come in, throw the hybrid suit on, and just monitor that your feels are actually this, because you know what to look for now.
So, you know, if I'm standing here, I'm thinking, okay, if I come in here, I want my lead knee. Is that my before swing on the right?
Mm-hmm. So you see how you see how your right knee is more than your pelvis turn.
Yep.
And your left knee is way more than your pelvis turn.
I got it.
We want this one just under your pelvis turn.
It's such a...
And the other swing that you hit, you were in the 30s.
That's such a...
Even better.
You know, and again, I'll go back to like just telling someone that has 3D, like, oh, just get more open. The cue is in the internal, external of each hip, not just spinning the pelvis around like a top.
We've worked with so many golfers over the years that have had that cue to get more open, and it's rarely one got them more open, but two, usually a couple of other things have been sacrificed.
Let's do one just out of sheer curiosity.
Of what?
I'll spin.
Okay.
And just like if your cue to me was just Shaun, you're under turn, man.
Yeah, Shaun. All right, Shaun, let's get more.
You just gotta turn more.
Let's get those hips turning.
I can hear that being said on every driving range, every lesson to you.
All right, let's get more open this one.
And I would look at you like, well, there's got to be more to it than that.
All right, let's see it. Let's get more open.
Like if I knew nothing and you just told me to get more open, I would have spun around like a top. I feel like my hips backed way up.
Well, you're not going to like how the knee moved on that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got more open, all right.
And backing my hips up, zero club face control. Look at where my hips have to end up through the hit.
Yeah, and this is typically what we see with golfers do this. The hips will flatten out. So you got more open, but
you've totally made it so I can't play golf anymore.
What'd you sacrifice? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't play golf with the 4 left path with a 7-iron. And I felt like my hips were backing up, so my contact is going to be all over the place.
Yep. All right, let's go. So erase that one from your memory bank.
I don't want to do that again, but I just thought that would be a good way to be like, the details of this is why the 3D is so important.
So important. And you know, when you go get a 3D lesson, you should be able to, well, let me try this. Then we can see.
That's the best. It's more of a collaborative type with a good player anyways.
Just capturing your first swing and getting you out of the system, you're missing a lot. That's why gears is so valuable. You're wearing a belt, you're wearing a hat. You'd be wearing both either way.
Well, it's like a feel suit because I'll tell you, you know what, Mike? I'm going to try this with my hip. Oh, that was close.
That was excellent.
So in my notebook, I keep a notebook still handwritten for what I work on. I mean, I've got 100 of them. I'll write down, you know, I felt like I could do it when I turned when my leg rotated without moving the knee so much, and I'll write that down.
That's good.
And that's a good feel for the day.
All right.
And then I can go back to that feel.
Let's try to finish on one of those good ones.
You're going to make me do this again?
I'm going to make you do it.
Okay. I'm going to try to go. The cool part is I'm going slower with more open, and that's not easy for me.
That's a tough combination to achieve. Hold on one second.
I'm going to stop talking now, Ty Webb.
Okay.
Not talking, Danny.
All right, let's do it again.
Felt natural. It felt natural. I kept my speed under 70, which is good. I should go slower, but.
Okay, then this is going to be interesting because the knee did move in initially early.
But then it braced.
Let's see how that affected the rotation. And now all you're doing is just fighting your habits. Okay, we're very close. This is acceptable. We've gone from 32 to 44 degrees of rotation. Not your best one. I would say B+.
But you know what? I didn't force it quite so much, and I'm gaining on it.
Yes, you're getting the feel for what it should do, and this is the value of it.
So I'll say, you know, hey, I'll come back in a couple weeks. We'll do this again and see if I work, because I'm going to go work on this now. Like, this is actually going to be me trying to make a swing change.
Yes.
I'm going to go work on it for a couple weeks. I'm going to work on my body a little bit. I'll go start to get a little more movement in my hip flex, because I feel that's a governor for me.
Well, the position I'm in right now,
Yeah.
the seating position, shortens those muscles.
Exactly.
It doesn't make that easier. So if you know that's an issue, you know, there's some great physios out there.
So yeah, I mean, let's continue on this. I'll work on it. I'll pay you here in a minute. And we'll go from there.
This is a real lesson with 3D. We identified the issue for you. It made sense what you were feeling, kind of jived with the data. That's not always the case, but in your case it has. And then we've actually seen you do the corrected movement. Now it's just a matter of repeating that until it becomes more of a habit.
Yep, and I'll send you endless amounts of swings to your phone until you'll be up at night seeing if I'm doing it.